Okay, let me break down why this Bruno Guimaraes transfer feels like a plot twist straight out of a football soap opera. 4 years ago, Arsenal looked this guy in the face and said, "Nah, not for us." Now, they're shelling out £75 million like they're trying to fix a broken engagement. What's going on here? Let's dive in. First off, let's talk about Arteta's infamous 2022 hesitation. At the time, he was building a squad he thought needed more control, and apparently less chaos. But here's the thing, Guimaraes wasn't some unproven talent. He was already dazzling at Lyon. Why did Arteta pass? Was it a gut feeling? Overthinking? Or did he underestimate how much the Premier League would change in 4 years? Personally, I think managers often get too attached to their vision and miss opportunities that don't fit neatly into their playbook. But hey, hindsight's 20/20, right? Now cut to Newcastle. They swooped in like, "Cool story, bro," and turned this guy into their captain. Let that sink in. Arsenal passed on their future captain. From a team that hadn't sniffed success in decades, they built their identity around a player Arteta once rejected. That's the football gods having a laugh. But here's the twist, watching Guimaraes tear it up in the Premier League, especially against Arsenal, must have kept Arteta up at night. Because when you see a player thrive in the exact role you thought he couldn't handle, that's a gut punch for a manager's ego. Let's dissect this £75 million fee. On paper, it's a record for a 29-year-old midfielder. But wait, Newcastle didn't want to sell. Arsenal played poker for 6 weeks, dragging negotiations like they were waiting for a Black Friday sale. Interesting strategy, right? By dragging their feet, they forced Newcastle into a corner. The club knew they couldn't hold on to a player who'd already checked out mentally. But here's the kicker, this wasn't just about money. It was about power dynamics. Arsenal, the financial heavyweight, outlasted a club still rebuilding its infrastructure. In my opinion, this deal exposes a harsh truth. In modern football, if you don't have elite financial clout, you're always one transfer saga away from losing your best player. And let's talk about the emotional toll. Eddie Howe resigning. That's not just about Guimaraes, it's about feeling powerless. Imagine being a manager who built a team around a captain, only to watch him walk out the door because he wants to join a bigger project. From my perspective, this highlights the fragile relationship between ambition and loyalty in football. Players want to win trophies. Clubs want legacy. Fans, they just want someone to bleed for the shirt. But when money talks this loudly, who can blame Guimaraes for chasing his dream? But wait, is this actually a good move for Arsenal? They're paying premium for a player entering his 30s. Sure, his passing range is elite, and his physicality fits the Premier League grind. But does he solve their deeper issues? Let's be real, this isn't a revolutionary signing. It's a calculated risk. Arteta's got a squad stacked with youth, so adding a battle-hardened veteran could provide that leadership edge. What many people don't realize is that Guimaraes isn't just a midfielder, he's a mentality carrier. That fire he showed clashing with Arsenal players. They're buying that intensity now. The bigger picture here. Football is a game of second chances. What started as a missed opportunity in 2022 became Arsenal's most important summer move. It proves that in transfer markets, timing trumps everything. But here's the question that keeps bugging me, if Arteta doubted Guimaraes once, how does he know he won't make the same mistake again with a different player? This transfer feels less like a tactical masterstroke and more like a manager correcting his own past overthinking. So where does this leave us? Newcastle's got a fat stack of cash but lost their soul. Arsenal think they've found their missing piece. And Guimaraes? He's chasing glory at the expense of loyalty. But here's the final thought, in an era where transfers can make or break clubs, does this deal mark the beginning of Arsenal's dynasty, or just another chapter in football's never-ending soap opera? Let me know what you think in the comments. Did Arteta finally get his redemption arc right, or are we witnessing a £75 million case of buyer's remorse waiting to happen?